right, welcome to another fun sports fact and judgment-filled episode of Turk TV where haterade is for real. And I'm just going to tell you how it is. I want to thank Laura Brown and give her credit for that opening that you just saw to Turk TV. A little graphic thing that I'm not very good at. Feel free to check out her YouTube channel. Laura Brown does things like anime and video gaming and stuff like that. But again, more her field of expertise than mine. She made me that little opening to spruce the show up a little bit and give you guys a better look going into things. So welcome as I bring you into my world of my teams that I root for and that are from my area that I'm going to critique as always because they suck. And I'm going to tell you how it is. So today we may have a little bit of a long episode. We're going to start with the Friday night Knicks at Dallas Mavericks game, where the Knicks came in to visit old friend Kristaps Porzingis.
My name is Kristaps Porzingis. I'm the unicorn. I don't want to play here no more. I have a boo-boo.
Yes, wanted to go see the unicorn and Luka Doncic, and they were motivated. And let me tell you, it's the best game they played all year. Knicks pulled out the victory, get a win, very nice win. Porzingis had a good game, but fouled out. What else is new? Kristaps, something you always did here in New York, too. So that's what went down that game. And I have nothing but good things to say about that game. Frankie Ntilikina had a breakout game. He looked really good. Had some scoring for once. For once, he scored some points, hit a couple of trees, played his usual brand of defense. Nothing really to hate on much except for Coach Fitzgerald's rotations, which still confuse me. I still don't understand half of the things he does and why he does them. I don't understand why certain guys are playing and other guys aren't. I don't get why we haven't seen much of Damian Dotson, who only shot close to 40% from tree last year. I don't get it. But anyway, I'll get to the critique on them when we get to their Sunday game, which was a joke. What a bunch of clowns. It was terrible. It was ugly. It was brutal, but I'll get to that after. I'm going to go day by day. Next thing I'm going to get to quick after that quick, soft review of the Knicks game because they did too many things that were good. I'm going to get to the football Sunday, which posed the toilet bowl, the New York toilet bowl, where you had the New York Jets at 1-7 hosting the 2-6 New York Giants at 2-7, whatever they are, they suck too. And while it was a fun game to watch, man, do we have two worse coaches? These guys stink. They're like trying to outdo each other. Who could screw up a game worse? The Jets got the win. Sam Darnold played really well. No turnovers, big key. But the head coach, Mr. Adam Gase, still has no freaking clue on how to get the ball to Le'Veon Bell. He still has not figured out how to use Le'Veon Bell, and I'm baffled by it. I'm baffled by it. Now, the Jets won anyway.
You lost to the Jets? Clowns!
But again, big game by Crowder, well played by Darnold. The Jets sure as all hell tried to give it away after a 14-0 lead to start the game, in which Crowder scored the second touchdown to make it 14-0, and it just looked like they were cruising. First two drives went downfield, boom, 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 boom. Dink, 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 dink. Sam did a real good job. They got downfield, played well. No running game, but okay, what else is new? And then the Jets defense decided to let the Giants back in the game, and Daniel Jones played well. He's another good rookie. Their coach, Pat Shurmur. Wow, Mr. Shurmur. Wow. Are you really trying to compete with Gase? You can't compete with him. You can't. Gase is worse than you. I know you tried to be worse, but Gase is worse than you.
No, I suck worse than you do. You can't suck worse than me.
But man, you sure tried. Saquon Barkley gets 13 carries, gets 1 yard. He's another misused back who's great out of the backfield, who they just don't put into routes and don't get him into space. They just ran him up the middle. And I'm going to get into something about Saquon in a minute, too. Saquon, I don't know, if you're going to block the way you tried to block Jamal Adams, just put on a skirt and go into ballet, bro.
Do I have to try to block? I don't want to block Jamal Adams.
Just do it. Just go into ballet. Because that was so weak. A safety ran you over multiple times. Now, Jamal Adams had a game. Jamal Adams had his best game that I've ever seen him play. It's the first time in a long time, maybe since Troy Polamalu, that I saw a safety totally change the tempo and control the game and be that much of a game changer. So kudos to Jamal Adams, who corrected his crying ways and didn't cry and said, everything's cool with me and management. Me and the boys are good. We were good. We're going to move forward. We're good. And then he played like it was good. Jamal did a great job. But, man, Pat Shermer, you couldn't coach your way out of a freaking paper bag. And let me tell you, if it wasn't for as well as Darnold played, I don't think the result would have been quite the same it was, because it was just a poorly run game on both sides. Both defenses stink. The Jets secondary still ain't covering nobody. I mean, I can get open on this secondary. This secondary is terrible if you take out the safeties. The corners are atrocious. Trumaine Johnson's out for the season. Thank God. Thank God. Because as bad as it is, at least I don't have to look at his overpaid ass. Because that dude is terrible. The Giants, again, mismanaging Barkley. Unable to keep it going. Couple of weird things. Thought in one spot the Jets should have won on 4th and short to put the game away, even though it was deep in their own territory. They didn't do it. Shermer with his punt. What? Really? That's what you're doing? You're punting? You suck, man. You're terrible. You're brutal. The race in New York has become which coach will get fired first. Who's going to go first? Who is it? Who is the worst of the New York teams that play in New Jersey? I still think Adam Gase is worse. At least the quarterback on that side is progressing other than the turnovers. Oh, Danny Dimes just dropped another one on the ground. Danny drops. Danny fumbles. Danny does this. He throws some dimes, but he does a lot of dropping the ball too. That's something he's got to change. Otherwise, he's going to be out of here within a couple of years. That turnover shit ain't playing. I've seen a little bit of that from his counterpart in Green, Darnold. But, man, Daniel Jones, you turn the ball over like it's your God-given right, man. And on the 11th day, God said, Daniel Jones will fumble. Yeah, that's what it looks like. That's how bad it is. So, between the interceptions and the fumbles, Daniel Jones has not exactly looked like a world beater in that way. He has played better than Darnold in his first year, with the exception of the turnovers. If you take away the fumbles and everything, the kid does have a good arm. The kid is accurate. He looks like he's a smart guy. He's a thinker. I think that if he gets rid of the turnover problem, he's going to be a good quarterback in this league. He's going to be good. A lot of that's going to depend on who your coach is. The coach. The most important coach in any sport is the football coach. He's the one that controls the most, that develops the most, has the most work to do. He has to game plan. He has to get his guys ready. He has to be motivated. He has to get them motivated. He has to he has to keep things straight. He has to put people in check when he got to be in check. And most importantly, he's got to deal with all these different personalities, and he's got to learn how to deal with each one of them differently, because you can't deal with them all the same, and I speak from experience. You have to deal with different people on different levels. You have to get to them different ways. You have to find out how to push their buttons. Something Parcells was a master at back in his day. And I'm just not seeing a lot of motivating factors from these coaches of these two New York teams. And I don't think either one of them is long to be here. I think they both suck. They both need to go. With my luck, Mike McCarthy's going to end up with the Giants. The Jets do win the game. But do the Jets really win? Does this prolong Adam Gase? I hope not. I hope that if they go and beat Washington next week, that this is not fool's gold, and all of a sudden, see, it's fixed. Adam Gase, quarterback whisperer. And all of a sudden, it's all good, right? But no, that's not the case. He's still going to suck. He's still not going to be good. Even if you beat on the bad teams because you have better talent than them, he's still not going to be the head coach that is going to fix this. And I hope I'm wrong as a Jet fan. I don't want to be right. This is a strict judgment of what I'm viewing, not a hope. The hope is that I'm terribly wrong. The guy turns it around. This year, they go on a run. They win 7 of the last 8 games, whatever the hell it is. And then next year, they are really good and blah, blah, blah. But I don't think so. I just think Adam Gase stinks. Anyone that doesn't know how to use Le'Veon Bell stinks. That's all there is to it. I don't care if it's not your type of system. You stink. You have one of the best players in football, one of the best player makers in football. You don't know how to use them. And like I said, the Giant head coach, he kind of follows that mold too, Saquon Barkley looks like he's got all the tools he needs, except blocking. Except blocking a safety named Jamal Adams. That he couldn't do. But other than that, when it comes to carrying the ball, he seems to have all the tools. I would say that he may be still a little banged up. Is that part of the reason he got trucked, or is he a little soft? A little more Barry than Earl Campbell. You know, that's why maybe he's so big he tries to dance so much. Maybe he doesn't like the contact the way a guy like Earl Campbell used to like. Barkley's got to straighten his shit out with that. Oh, I said the S word. I'm sorry. He's got to straighten his stuff out with that. And I don't think that we can count on Shermer being the guy to right that ship. So the Jets win the game. It was nice to feel a win for once. It was nice to not be angry all night long after that. But lo and behold, I would get angry later that night. And it was not due to the New York football Jets or football Giants. It would be the New York Knickerbockers, who we talked about earlier in the show, right? We talked about them earlier in the show, about this great win in Dallas against the Unicorn, Kristaps Porzingis.
My name is Kristaps Porzingis. I'm the Unicorn. I don't want to play here no more. I have a boo-boo.
And Luka Doncic, right? But no, they're going to have a home game now, right? They're going to have a home game against a team that is not a good team. Cleveland Cavaliers, they stink. You know, with LeBron, finals. Without LeBron, stink. That's been black and white. You know, when he was with Cleveland, they were a finals team. He left and they stunk. They got number one pick, got Kyrie Irving. He came back. They were great again. Trade Irving, LeBron leaves. You stink again. Congratulations. But on this night, no, they didn't stink on this night. You know who stunk on this night? The New York Knickerbockers. They would stink it up big time. They were down at 1 point, 40 points to this horrible Cleveland team in their own building with the most loyal freaking fans on the planet who've been showing up for this garbage for 20 years packing the arena. And they're packed again, and they don't show up. They don't show up. Everybody has a bad game. Barrett had his second rough game in a row. Morris, bad game. Julius Randle's been having his hard times. This team couldn't hit a free throw to save their lives. I believe they're shooting 67% from the free throw line. Oh, my God. Really? You're under 70% and you're an NBA team? Are you serious? Coach, what are you doing?
Earth to Knicks management. Earth to Knicks management. Come in.
How come these guys aren't standing on the line for 100 shots each during practice? 100 makes and you can get off the line. Not until then. How is this not something that's being fixed and addressed right away? Is this just being glossed over? I mean, I don't understand this. I'm going to get into the coach again. These rotations, man. I mean, it's like every night's a crapshoot. Every night's a freaking experiment with the Knicks. One night we're going to try this, we're going to try this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You got to find something, man. You got to stick to it. And I'm going to tell you what, you got 7 very young players on this team. All 7 of them should be playing every freaking game. Every game. Damian Dotson hardly sees the floor. The guy shot almost 40% from three-pointers last year. You're not playing him at all? You're that married to Ellington, who, by the way, is shooting under 35% from three right now? You know, you're really married to that? Man, I don't get it. Morris is a nice player. Bring him off the bench. Can we see Kevin Knox for more than 15, 20 minutes a game, please? Have you not noticed his shots a lot better? The kid is shooting 40 from the three-point line. He looks confident. Man, just let the kid play, coach. Stop screwing around with this. Knicks get blown out. Now we find out something unusual happens. It doesn't happen post-game. Post-game press conference. And the two-headed monster of the New York Knicks upper management, 2 of the 3, minus Mr. Dolan, show up at the podium. Mr. Perry, nice to see you. Mr. Mills, nice to see you. They basically take the coach, they pick him up by the back of his pants and his neck, and they throw him under the bus. They say this team should be better, this and that, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to tell you what, this team should be a little better. Some of this is Fitzgerald's fault. But what do you think you did? Gave him the 90s Knicks?
Wise men say, coach suck, cause management suck, cause owners suck. All are suck.
All right, maybe they shouldn't be 2-8. Maybe they should be 3-7 or 4-6. Is that really a big improvement? I mean, you went and got 4 power forwards in the offseason like there was some type of mass shortage of power forwards coming, you know? You felt the need to do that. Got Eldridge Payton as your hopeful point guard to go with Dennis Smith Jr., who's fallen off the planet, and Frankie Ntilikina, who plays all-world defense and high school offense. Is what it is. But some of it is Fitzgerald's fault. He's going to be gone soon. I have no doubt about that. You're hearing it here on Turk TV. Coach Fitzgerald is going to be gone. By them throwing him under the bus in that way, that was setting the groundwork to get him out of here. Out of here. Okay? I'll tell you what, I'm not so sure Mills and Perry shouldn't get on a goddamn bus with him and get the hell out of here too, because you guys have not really done such a great job. Just keep it real. Drafting Barrett this year might be the first thing you did right. Now, by the same token, you haven't done anything uberly stupid. You didn't give out long contracts to bums. You gave them all one-year deals. All right? And a couple of them are tradable. Somebody's going to want Morris. You can get a pick for that. I think you're going to keep Randall. I would hope so, even though he's wet the bed a little to start the season. He's 25. He's a big man, and when he gets hot, he's really good. He was really good last year. I'm willing to wait and see what Randall becomes. And your starting lineup, without question, coach, without question, and this is why he's going to lose his job. It should be Frankie Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, Julius Randle, and then Mr. Robinson. And everyone else should be off the bench. And the subject. Dotson should be coming off the bench and playing. Trier should be coming off the bench and playing. Why these guys can shoot and they're under 25 years old. Under 25 years old. These guys have to play. You have to give them burn. So I think they've laid the groundwork. And now I'm going to come to the next piece that comes with that. Are we going to screw this up if we fire Fitzgerald?
Don't drop the ball, guys. Don't drop the ball.
Are we going to screw this up? Bunch of clowns. I don't doubt you're going to screw it up. But you're hearing it here on Turk TV. Go get Mark Jackson. That's it. There's no other answer. Go get Mark Jackson. He's a former Knick. He has some pedigree. He pretty much put together the freaking Warrior team that dominated for years with the exception of Durant. Wuss. Who ran over there after his team got beat by them. And I got to go play for them now. Oh, it's so nice over there. No, that's why I don't care that he's not in the Knicks. You can stay in Brooklyn. You can stay over there. And by the way, Kyrie, next time you want to say you're taking over the city, how about you take over your own freaking arena first? How about we start with that, huh? How about you get the home crowd against the Knicks instead of a 60-40 against on your home game? So, think of that. So, getting back to what I was saying, the way to not screw this up is to get Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson would come in, and then you have to listen to him. Yeah, picture that. You have to listen to a basketball guy. What a surprise. Who thought of that? Freaking douche faces. Let's stop being douche faces on my team. You know, all the teams I root for, with the exception of the Yankees, I cut them over there. Different. Douche faces. On the Yankee front, Cashman has said there's no holding back spending-wise, that they're not worried about luxury tax, which tells me they're going to get Jared Cole. We'll get into that in another episode. But that's the difference between the New York Yankees, the New York Knicks, the New York Jets, and right now the New York Giants, who are usually class citizens of everything. You've now fallen to the depths of the Jets. Welcome to the cellar. So, that's where we're at with the Knicks, the Jets, and the Giants. They all suck right now. Exorbitantly. What are you going to do to fix it? They all suck. It's terrible. It's brutal. It's like watching a war when you have no gun. It's terrible. It's like having your hands tied behind your back and someone's popping you in the face. Pow, pow, pow. Constantly. Just beating you. Beating you. So get it straight, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Check out all I got to say about the teams I root for and others. And anything else I want to say. I want to give credit once again to Laura Brown for making the Turk opening and the Turk closing. This has been Turk TV. Brought to you by Turk, sponsored by Turk, produced by Turk, directed by Turk. And, of course, hosted by Turk. So, if you don't like Turk, don't watch. Peace out.